Chosen ones, empaths, genuine souls. You know, I don't drop stuff like every single day because I try to have substance on here, and I try to really, not just be on here just talking about stuff, But I just wanted to get on here and say, you gotta watch out for a certain type of wisdom out here. I call it polluted wisdom. Polluted wisdom is when somebody think they know it all and they're telling you the exact wrong thing. And you gotta be careful because these people, a lot of people, I wouldn't call them false prophets. It's just we living in an era where some people just gotta say stuff. Some dudes gotta think they life coaches, and some people that's just not anointed, they gotta act like they're anointed, so they might just feel like they gotta say. You gotta be careful out here. Listen to God. Have your clarity up. But it's this thing where people like to say it must be you, or it's God telling you to not do this, or God telling you not to do that. And I feel like in certain instances, don't get me wrong, that could be true. But in some instances, like that'd be the wrong thing to tell people. Like say for instance, if you had a job and you're getting gang stalked and there's demonic energy and these people coming after you, you might talk to somebody, and usually family members say stuff like this, or people close to you. That's what be so crazy. You might say, well, they doing this and that to me at this job, and this person. And I don't know if y'all been through that before, but I've been gang stalked, and I literally had to leave jobs because the boss, everybody had it out for me. I would sound crazy, like telling anybody else, but it's always like a coworker or somebody that's like, damn, bro, they really messing with you. It's always somebody, it's always a coworker, it's always at least one or two people. If they're not acting like they turning a blind eye, it's always like one or two people that's like, damn, bro, what you do? You know what I'm saying? But might go to somebody and tell them like, well, this going on and that going on at this job, or this going on at that job. And somebody might tell you, it could be an elderly person and everything. Oh, well, God telling you not to work at that job, or it's something that you did at the job. And it's like, in some instances, you don't be doing nothing but showing up. You be watching every step, making sure you do your work, doing everything right. And when you tell the other people that, when you try to rebuttal and tell the person, well, I wouldn't think God don't want me to work there. I'm not doing nothing. I'm just, it's 1,000 people that work there, and I'm just showing up just like them. I got a light in me, and they bothering me like they do at every other job. But like, nah, I'm not doing nothing out of the ordinary. Well, you sure? Because I mean, you could be doing something that you not, man. It's like that kind of stuff. You have to stop talking to them kind of people, because you'll lose your mind. Like them kind of people, when they say stuff like that, they don't understand. Like, even when you tell them stuff, they'll be thinking, well, you must be doing something. You're not telling me. Man, when you're getting gang stalked, you could really just be, you're a full-grown adult. You know how to show up somewhere. Don't be nosy. Keep your nose to the grind until it's time to go to work. Show up back early to lunch and just stay working, especially if you're a physical specimen. And it's like, this will make it even worse when people gang stalk you at jobs. When you actually have a quota, like say you got to do like 400 scans, but you end up doing 600 every day, and they still find a way to mess with you. Like, you got to be able to understand, and sometimes it'd be harder for us chosen ones, even when you try to go talk to people. If you keep running into narcissistic, Jezebelious women, you might tell somebody about your relationships, and they might say, well, it's you. You keep running into these women. It's like you attracted these women. Like, no, I have a calling on my life, and these narcissistic people are after me. Every time I look up, they're approaching me, love bombing me, faking like they're cool with me. But you can't say that to somebody that think you crazy. They think something wrong with you. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, well, it must be you. People that's always coming with it must be you. They was letting demons operate in plain sight. Like, now that we know about the spiritual awakening, now that we know the war between good and evil, and the narcissistic people and chosen ones and toxic people and God's children, like, since we know about that now we know that we can go somewhere and easily have a group of people out to sabotage us. So all them people that was telling us, well, it's you the common denominator. Yeah, I'm a chosen one. That's why I'm the common denominator. I got a light in me, that's why I'm common denominator. When I walk into the room shifts because people can see the truth in me. That's why I'm the common denominator. And ain't nothing I can do about it. I give all glory to God, but that's why it's not nothing wrong with me. It's something wrong with a lot of people. And when you think that way, you got to just kind of keep it to yourself, kind of. Because people still think you crazy. You just got to be willing. Like, that's where the real spiritual maturity, that's when your wisdom got to have maturity like no other. Like, you got to hurry up and be like 70 years old in the head when it comes to your maturity, because you got to be willing to go somewhere. No people going to try to gang stalk you and have a thing for you, and their spirit going to get rubbed wrong. Especially if you go to like my bad, I'm coughing, I got a little. Especially if you go to like a low vibration type of job, or if you're around low vibration type of energy. And you can go to some people for advice, and they could be low vibration people disguised as people that think they got wisdom. You know what I'm saying? You got to be hard-headed in a good way out here. Because you could lose your mind, man. You could really lose your mind if misfortunate stuff is happening to you and you got people telling you, well, it's you. Well, maybe, well, I went to the mailbox and, a car almost hit me. Well, that's God telling you to not go to the mailbox. No, it's 1,000 people in the world that go to the mailbox every day. I'm not going to be the only person in the world that's going to get hit by a car when I go to the mailbox. You can't tell me that. But people will tell you that. Well, maybe God don't want you to go to the mailbox. Maybe he wants you to get a P.O. box that's outside. No. Maybe he wants the person that's driving crazy through the apartments to not be driving crazy through the apartments to hit me going on to the mailbox. Do you think about that person? Maybe the people at my job just crazy and they got low vibrational energy, and they can tell I'm a winner, they can tell I'm an entrepreneur, and I'm just coming through here to make a quick check and it's pissing them off. That could be what it is. It's just like, so you got to really know you're going to go places, and sometimes you can't say nothing to nobody. You just got to watch life unfold. You just got to watch stuff happen and just try to play it safe. But keep in mind, you being the chosen one, you having all this knowledge, you having all this wisdom, you not seeing the world through rose-tinted glasses, you seeing the world through truth. I wouldn't say it's a blessing and a curse, but it's a heavy thing to bear. Just know that. But it's a good thing to have. That's what keep you feeling alive. That's what keep you without a void in your head. That's what keep demons not being able to be your clarity. You blessed, you just don't know it, because we in a crazy world right now where you getting attacked back to back to back just for your blessing that you might not even know you have. But I'm just telling y'all that though, because that'll drive you crazy. It drove me crazy. All these people picking at me, bothering me, and people telling me, well, it's you. I just went through so much crazy little situations where people targeted me, and if I wouldn't have knew about narcissism, I would have believed in those people that was telling me something. But now I know about the spiritual warfare, and I know I'm chosen. I know what all this stuff is. I know somebody will be petty enough to try to sabotage me. And y'all know it too. I'm not telling y'all nothing y'all don't know. You know what I'm saying? But like, that's the worst thing you could do, is go to somebody you value their wisdom and they tell you something like that. And ain't nothing wrong with them. Don't write them off, but some stuff people just don't know. Some stuff you just got to go to God about. Because some of this stuff is so targeted and tailored to you, and so much from a demonic place, to where God is the only one that can interpret this stuff to you. Your demons let you know who you are. The more crazier the situation, the more anointed, the stronger your aura, the stronger they're coming for you. But just keep that in mind, there's nothing wrong with you. You're not tripping. You're not going crazy. You got a light in you. People been stalking you and bothering you since you was a kid. You even had people hate you for no reason. Before we knew about narcissistic abuse and we knew about the Jezebelian spirit, demons was able to operate in plain sight. You was just able to go somewhere and people make up their mind that they don't like you, and you just dealt with it. You knew if you went somewhere and it was like 10 people, 3 people, 4 people, sometimes maybe 5 people, maybe sometimes 6 people, just not gonna like you for no reason. Not gonna laugh at your jokes, just gonna automatically be turned off towards everything you do. You can have a little infant baby in your hand, they gonna act like they don't even want to say the baby cute and all. They gonna be mean to you for nothing. Now we know what all that is. Before we didn't know. Demons was able to operate in plain sight, but now we know. So now we know to just take our baby and get the hell up out of there. Now we know not to even entertain these demons. Leave them sitting there waiting, like, damn, why they didn't try to have a back and forth with us so we could act funny with them. They just left because we already felt the energy. You know, you do all this stuff to us, we tell somebody about it, the person might say, well, what did you do? Well, what did the baby do? Was the baby staring at people? Because you know babies be staring at people because they got the bobblehead. So you telling me my baby done did something now? That's what you telling me? You trying to tell me my baby? Listen, y'all, have spiritual vigilance, man, and just know you're not tripping. You got a strong anointing, and your blessing is your best friend. Your clarity is your best friend. Your uniqueness is your best friend. Don't squander it.